Dr. Umar Johnson's daughter just accused him of some pretty serious crimes and said that he belonged in prison. She goes by Nisa to Go, and she started exposing her dad about 2 days ago on her TikTok page. She came to TikTok to express how Umar Johnson is a deadbeat father and he's not in her life whatsoever.
My biological father is Dr. Umar.
Even before Umar Johnson confirmed this was his daughter, I mean, you can just look at her and tell that's his daughter. They look exactly alike. And they also have the same DNA in pissing people off and being extremely unlikable because Nisa managed to turn herself into the hill, right? She started off with a pretty sympathetic story, but her actions ever since then has now turned her into somebody who's controversial, who people don't like. Her own father called her a clout chasing struggle streamer, and I'll be real, the more I see of Nisa, the more I co-sign those sentiments. It does look like the objective here is to get attention and not what she said initially, which was she was only coming online to bash her father so she could find her other sister. The message itself was convoluted. On one end, she wanted to find her sister and needed the help of TikTok. And then on the other end, she wanted us to shame Umar Johnson. It kind of felt like she didn't really know exactly why she was on TikTok bashing her own family. But, she was doing it anyway because the purpose is attention. Because I did like 5 minutes of research and was able to find her other sister like easily. So she could have probably done that very same research without TikTok and also found her sister. But also too, like the most telling part about like how she's only doing this for attention was after she was able to locate her sister because she claimed the girl's mom gave her a call. After she located her sister, she didn't stop, right? As a matter of fact, she only started going harder at Umar Johnson and, telling all her family business. Like Nisa is currently online telling people that if they want her to come and speak on their platform, she needs to get paid anywhere between 3,500 to 10,000.
But y'all don't know shit. But you want to keep exposing your personal business for money for the internet. You trying to make a come up. What are you talking about? It's on the internet. So what the am I exposing? It's on the internet. It's on Shade Room. It's on Neighborhood Watch. It's on all these. So what am I exposing? You mean if I'm going on somebody's platform, you best believe I'm gonna get paid. And if you call that clout chasing, if you call that a come up, I don't give. I'm going to do it. A lot of people hit me up for interviews. Y'all gonna have to come out of pockets because I'm not doing shit for free. 3,500 to 10K is my range. So if you don't want to come up out them pockets, that's fine. I won't be on your platform. Y'all pay Dr. Umar thousands of dollars to get on there and talk. Y'all gonna pay me the same.
Regardless of your opinion on Umar Johnson, whether or not you think he's a scammer, he's not a scammer, he's helpful, he's not helpful, I think we can all agree it's kind of crazy that her justification for getting paid $3,500 to $10,000 for an interview is that Umar Johnson is getting paid for interviews, as if her and Umar Johnson is bringing the same information, as if her and Umar Johnson has the same resume. We all feel differently about Umar Johnson. Something he's a scammer, something he's Christ, something he's helpful, something he's not helpful. But I think we can all collectively agree, even if you do love or hate Umar Johnson, that it's crazy, right? That in the words of Umar Johnson, a struggle streamer is demanding the same amount of payment for an interview as her father, who is one of the most polarizing human beings on the planet. And it just sort of shows exactly what the motives are. It went from I'm trying to find my sister to my father is ignoring me. He's a deadbeat. He's not in my life. I want to have a conversation with him to I'm a social media star. Pay me $10,000, bro. It's crazy. It goes without saying, but the attention she's been getting on social media is really going to her head. Like she's on IG Live talking like she's Kai Sanat or she's Drewski. Like she's calling herself a social media star, a viral person.
Do I have a camel toe? I don't have to clout chase. Go on my page. I'm a comedian. I've been doing this Instagram. Been doing this social media. I've had multiple videos go viral before and I had to deal with hate comments. It's nothing new. It's always, oh, you want clout, you bashing your dad, you doing this, you doing that.
You been doing social media, you been quote unquote going viral, but we only discovered you or knew of you when you decided to come online to throw your family dirty laundry out there for us to judge. Now, I'll be real, bro. Like she's Umar's daughter, bro. The same mannerisms, the same delusion. Bro, Umar Johnson ain't really helping his case as well because Umar Johnson is on Instagram, like talking to us as if we're part of a cult. Bro, Umar Johnson is telling us, you either with me or you against me. Ain't no frenemies. You pick a side and you stay there.
Let the evil take us. If you with me, you with me. If you ain't, you ain't. I'm not begging nobody. If you with me, you with me. If you ain't, you ain't. The only thing good that's coming out of this unfortunate situation is everybody got to pick a side. Pick a side and stay on it. Please stay on your side. No more frenemies. I don't want no more frenemies. Either with me or you not. Let's do what we got to do. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
Bro, we're not beholden to King Umar Johnson, bro. Like, we're not your faithful servant, bro. We are people with opinions, right? So some may think you're wrong in this situation, some may think you're right. But that don't necessarily mean they will have that opinion forever, right? So I don't feel like it's fair. And that's one of the issues with Umar Johnson. In the past, right? Is Umar Johnson expect absolute, completely cult-like loyalty, especially from people in the media. And I always found that strange, right? Like Umar Johnson, when let's say you're on his side or you're given great information, you're educating people on his behalf, helping run up his donations. You're his best friend, you're somebody who he loves. But the minute you decide to have an opinion of your own, man, Umar Johnson hates you. Umar Johnson puts you in the book of Egros, and now you're banned from the FDMG campus, right? And I always thought that was kind of weird, right? Like, why are you operating like a czar? Right? You're not a king, bro, and we're not your servants, all right? But even with Umar Johnson being as intolerable as he is in this situation, I'll be real, bro. The daughter is still looking a whole lot worse. Because after she begged to get in contact with her father when she really was never out of contact with him, according to her, because she showed messages of them texting. After her begging to get a conversation, Umar Johnson actually hit her up. He sent her a text and said, "Hey, let's meet up and have a conversation." You know what she did afterwards, bruh? Bruh, she proved that she's not online for no conversation. She's not online to reconnect with her father. She's online looking for strict attention. Because after her father gave her what she wanted, a conversation, and asked her to link up and gave her a date, she decided to come back online to expose the message and further bash him.
Y'all, this is what my dad responded to me. Good evening, Princess. Although I am very disappointed in your online behavior, I want to have lunch with you and your mother next Thursday or Friday. Please have her text me the day, time, and location for our meeting. You deserve to hear all of the truth from us together. We have much to discuss. I look forward to building the relationship with you that she never allowed us to have. With love, your father. So you decide to reach out to me because I outed you. You had all this time, you had all these chances to reach out to your daughter, but because I outed you on social media, now you want to sit down for lunch? You're a fraud. You're a hypocrite. You are everything that you say that you aren't. And you got on live responding to me, talking about some struggle stream, and talking about some, oh, I'm known in North Philly. If y'all needed to find me, y'all could have found me. Why the what do I have to find you for, sir? When you're my dad. Right? Like, now you want to have a talk because I outed you. Hold black men accountable. Hold them accountable.
She's so phony, bro. In her first message to the world about Umar Johnson, she kept reiterating, this is not to bash him. I'm not trying to expose him or bash him. I just want to find my sister. But now, as she's speaking, you can clearly see what the original agenda was because, like, she's categorizing her initial video as an outing. I outed you. I outed you. So it shows her initial agenda was to expose him, was to out him, was to bring him shame. And that's what she did, apparently, or at least she thought she did, right? Because people who hate Umar Johnson, they're gonna take it, they're gonna, run with it. People who like Umar Johnson, they're not gonna even like deal with this. The people who are in the middle, we can pretty much acknowledge that Umar Johnson did some wrongs. He didn't try hard enough to be in his daughter's life. And we could also say, you are wrong, bruh. All right. You're absolutely wrong for coming online and airing your family dirty laundry out for what? Some notoriety? A check? It's wrong. And after you like beat the horse down and told us, "Hey, bro, I want to have a conversation. I just want to have a conversation." He finally agrees to give you the conversation, and you're still continuing to bash him online on TikTok for what? Like, for what exactly? For what? You, bro, you told us you just want a conversation. Your father been ignoring you. He finally responds back. right? He finally gave you a date and time and says, hey, bro, let's have your mother there so we can have a conversation so you as a child can know exactly why I wasn't completely in your life growing up, why I felt pushed away, why I felt like your mother isolated me from you. You were asking for that conversation. He wants to give it to you. And now you're still bashing him. At this point, if I'm Umar Johnson, bro, I guess you can't completely turn your back on her because this is your daughter. But I'll be real, bro. Like, this ain't my daughter. And I already feel completely annoyed by her. Because this is some psychotic behavior, bro. All right. Now, I don't know if the mother will agree because the mother would probably have to own up to a lot of the untruth she probably told her daughter. Right. The mother probably told her, man, your father was traveling around the city, making millions of dollars, effing random women, but he didn't want to be in your life by choice. Right? Like, that's what the mother has probably been telling her. But with Umar Johnson there and her there, the mother would probably have to own up to a couple of her faults. Like, hey, bruh, I made it probably harder than I should have. No, I probably told him he can't visit you if you're not at the grandmama house. You feel me? So I do feel like this is a conversation she should chase because it's probably gonna, put a lot of things into perspective and probably highlight, where she's been lied to or where she's been told the truth. Who knows? Right? But one of the things that her mama apparently told her that she's now repeating and telling the public and letting people know, she's now accusing Dr. Umar Johnson of beating on her pregnant mama.
Does your mom hate him too? Of course she do. Because he put hands on her. What's wrong with him? He should be in jail. Like, really, he should be in jail. Like, I'm not even joking with y'all right now. It's a lot about him that y'all don't know. He's a crazy, sick man. How long was they together? I don't know. They met in college. I don't know how long they was together, but he was with his other child. He was with her mom for 5 years. That's what she told me over the phone. But I don't know how long him and my mom was together. So he's a woman abuser? Yes, he is. And a liar and a hypocrite. Yeah, all those things. Yeah, she left him. And then this man got on the internet and said, my mom wanted to marry him. That's a lie. That's a lie. Why would my mom want to marry somebody that put his hands on her? This man is a liar. And I can't stand him.
He belongs in jail is a wild statement that I don't believe anybody should say about their father in most circumstances, unless your father is just an absolute deviant who's just doing a lot of terrible things that you witness him do. But in this situation, she wasn't there. She didn't witness nothing. Her mother is feeding her this information. Her mother told her, hey, bro, your father beat me. Right? Her mother told her he's a horrible human being. He belongs in prison. Even her saying things like, why would my mother want to marry him? He lied about that. How would you know? How would you know what she felt when she was in a relationship with Umar Johnson when you was not even conceived yet? Or while you were conceived, you was still in her belly because they broke up when her mama was still pregnant. So in this situation, it feels like this is a girl, man. Now, if she was a young woman, if she was 18, 19, 17, 16, then we could probably excuse a lot of this from youngness and naiveness, but no, she's grown, right? I believe she's anywhere from 22 to 26 years old. She's a grown woman, grown. So if she's like 22 years old, at least, this is not something you should still be doing. You shouldn't be obsessed with trying to be a social media star off the name of your father. You should know, yeah, bro. I probably shouldn't come online and call my father, who's a public figure, who entire shtick is Pan Africanism, building up the black family. I probably shouldn't call that man, a woman beater if I don't know the full story, if I wasn't there, if I don't have video evidence, if I don't have paperwork, if I don't have the court receipts. I probably shouldn't just take my mom's side. You know why? Because there's two sides to every story. 22 years old and still making this mistake is absolutely crazy. Now, Umar Johnson, when I look at a couple interviews, I've seen one particularly where he sort of predicted this and owned up to his faults, where he predicted his daughter having resentment towards him.
I wasn't there for my daughter. And she may expose me on one of these podcasts one day and say, Daddy, you're the reason I can't find good black love because you never validated me as a woman.
How long have you known Umar was your dad? All my life. I always knew that was my dad. I think a lot of people think that I just found this out. I knew that was my dad since birth. So this is nothing new. I've been new, y'all. And he always knew I was his daughter. Exactly. He keep bringing up child support. I don't give a fuck about child support. You was never there. Money means nothing to me. You was never there. And that's the point I was trying to make.
There's no way to know if this is true, but if Umar Johnson is now serious about rebuilding with her, having that conversation with her, and she's turning it down, I feel like that's a mistake, especially after like all the cloud chasing she did, after chasing attention for all these days. It backfired because the quote unquote TikTok that she was chasing attention for, well, she lost that TikTok. She don't even have her page anymore. So she lost her TikTok. Her like notoriety, her life work is all gone down the drain. And for what? Right now she's blaming her father for that, but Umar Johnson's not the one who took your TikTok, bro. All right, your language is what got your TikTok taken. To be honest with you. So yeah, so if your TikTok is gone, you're doing this for no reason now. Just let it go and yo call your daddy and talk to him, man. All right. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think, bro? Do you guys think Umar Johnson really hit her mom? Do y'all think Umar Johnson belongs in jail? Or do y'all feel like, she can't know and her mom may be exaggerating and Umar Johnson is innocent for now? Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think, all right? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out like the reason the killers of Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter gave for why they killed the 5-year-old. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.